Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. Every single month I share videos like Debt Free Friday, budget recaps, and budget videos to hopefully inspire you guys to start your own financial freedom journey or even just get your finances in a better situation. So today I'm going to be sharing our October budget recap, our budget reconciliation. I do this pretty much every single month. I think I missed 1 month this year because of moving, but primarily I do this every single month to just share our actual budget with you guys, because I do share our budget videos every single month, but what we actually spend is not always what we budget, right? Because real life happens and we overspend and we make mistakes, and this month is full of all of those things. So let's go ahead and get started for October. So we had initially budgeted our W-2 income. So this is just the income that my husband and I make from our day jobs. So I never budget any money that is extra, like our side hustle income. I never budget that. I just end up adding that in later because I don't want to count on that money for like our just bare bone budget, our base bills. So we budgeted $7,200 and we actually brought in $7,200, which typically is pretty much the same every single month. We have pretty stable income, which is very privileged and very lucky for us that we have that. So I don't take that lightly. I appreciate the fact that we have very stable income pretty much every single month. And then we also did have side hustle income this month. So this is what I share every single week in our Debt Free Friday videos. If you guys are familiar, then you know exactly what I'm gonna say, but it's $269 for the month of October. And that just goes directly to our financial goals. So that is why I don't count it in like our regular budget, because we end up just putting any extra money that we get towards financial goals. So that's just how we do it. And if you guys have extra income and use it for other things, that's awesome. But we just end up using that, anything extra that comes in like bonuses or side hustle income or unexpected income, we always just try to put it 100% to financial goals. It helps with lifestyle inflation for sure, because it doesn't give us the opportunity to try to spend it on like frivolous things. And don't get me wrong, on occasion when we get bonuses or something, we do sometimes pull back a little bit of like personal spending money or stuff like that. And I think that is totally, absolutely fine. There's no problem with that. But just primarily for us, we want to focus on financial goals and just trying to push forward financially. And so we try to put every penny that we can towards our financial goals. So let's go ahead and go down to our budget categories. So where did we spend this almost $7,500 this month? So first category was our mortgage. So initially when I did our October budget, I had budgeted our mortgage amount of $2,050, and we actually sent $2,100. So if you guys watched my November budget with me, we decided we were going to start putting just a solid $2,100 towards our mortgage every single month, which ends up being about like $49 extra to principal every single month. And we decided to do this because we want to accelerate our mortgage payoff, but we also want to do it in a way that is like really sustainable for right now, because it's not a huge priority for 2022. So we just decided to round up our payment, which is a really easy way to pay extra without like really feeling it. And so that's been working out really well for us. So we decided to do that last minute in October, and we just decided to start then. So we had not initially budgeted for it, but we just made it work in our budget. So that was awesome. And I'm really excited to be doing that. If you guys watch my November budget, I talked a little bit about how I'm super excited to start paying off our mortgage, and it's a really huge goal for me to pay it off early. So this is just a way that we can do it in small steps every single month, and it doesn't make a huge impact on our budget for now. But I am hoping that mortgage payoff will be a part of our financial goals in 2023. So stay tuned for that. Next up, we have our cell phones. This one is actually going to be changing in November, but it was the same this month. If you guys watched my Debt Free Friday from last Friday, we talked a little bit about Mint Mobile. So my husband actually decided to switch a couple months ago to Mint Mobile, and he's been really enjoying it. So it's been working out great for him. I'm eventually going to switch as well. I just haven't yet. I was kind of like dragging my feet a little bit because I am very reliant on my phone, and I use it for work. I use it for like social media stuff, and YouTube and all of the things. So I was like very hesitant to switch, but so I kind of made a deal with him, like, you know, you do your first 90 days and then if it's like working great for you, then I'm going to switch too. And he's about 2 months into it and it's working really well so far. So I'm hoping to switch within the next few months, but we did budget $130 and we spent $130, but this is actually going to be going down because we're going to be paying for Mint Mobile instead, which is actually, we're going to probably do the annual plan, which is about $360 for the whole year. And that's like unlimited everything. It's $30 a month. And so my husband's prior bill was $70 a month. So we will be saving about $40 a month, which is really exciting. So stay tuned for that in future budget videos. But for this month, it was the same. I will leave a link down below for Mint Mobile if you want to check it out. It is a referral link, and my husband, I think, gets like a small kickback for you signing up for Mint Mobile. And then it also gives you a $15 credit for your renewal through Mint Mobile. So definitely use either his referral code or someone's referral code so you can get a little bit extra, because that's a really nice perk to knowing somebody who has Mint Mobile, is you can get like a little kickback for your renewal. So check that out if you're interested. I'll leave it in the pinned comment below. Next, we have our subscriptions. So right now this is just Peloton and Netflix, and that comes out to $61. Although I did see, and I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but I did see that Netflix came out with a reduced fee subscription. I'm not sure if it's actually out yet, but I know they're coming out with it soon in the US. And it's basically an ad, like it has ads, and I think it's like $6 or $7 a month. So we definitely plan to downgrade our Netflix, because we watch Netflix, but like the ads don't really bother us. That's like just me personally and my husband. Like we aren't really bothered by ads very much. So I would rather save like the little bit of money that we can and just get the downgraded membership. And like my kids watch it. I don't care if my kids watch commercials. Like they're not paying my bills. Okay. So they can watch some commercials. So that's kind of what we've decided. We haven't done it yet. I'm not sure if it's even available yet, but I'm going to keep an eye out for that and definitely downgrade our membership, because if you guys have been on here for a while, I've been wanting to like do something with Netflix, because I feel like $16 is just ridiculous. Like I can't pay that. Like it just feels ridiculous to me. So I'm glad that they're offering a different version that is a little bit cheaper. So we'll definitely be downgrading that soon. Then we have our utilities, which this is our electric, gas, and internet. So our internet is $60, and then we had budgeted $225 for our gas and electric. And y'all, I had alluded to this in a video previously. I don't remember what video it was, but take a deep breath before I write this, because y'all, $680. I'm laughing so I don't cry. So yeah, $395 over budget, which I just don't even know how to explain this, because I honestly still don't even understand what happened. So we bought our house in the like middle of August, and we did not get a bill until October. So this bill itself was actually for like 45 or 50 days. So it was definitely like a larger bill in general, but then like the amount of electricity they said that we used was just ridiculous. Like there's no way. So like I called our energy provider and I asked them to investigate it. They came back to me and said that it was legitimate, like that we used that much, and we still don't really know what happened. But I just got our bill for October a couple days ago, and it was $172. So clearly whatever the issue was has fixed itself, because $172 is, you know, a decent bill for us. That's pretty much exactly what I would have expected. So I don't know if it was just due to like, I honestly don't know. I am still going to be pushing back on them about it, because I feel like it was wrong, and I feel like there's something that happened with that bill that was not right. But I am very grateful that it is fixed now, it seems like, because our, you know, October bill was like pretty much on par with what exactly I thought it would be. So I'm glad that it's fixed. I'm upset that it was wrong previously, but it is what it is. We paid it, but I'm going to still try and fight for it, because I feel like there's just no way that was right. But it is what it is for right now. There's nothing I can do about it. But like I said, I'm going to still fight, and I'm going to still try and see if I can get them to investigate it further, because yeah, a $600 electric bill, even if it was for 2 full months, which it wasn't, it was like 45 or 50 days. Even if it was for 2 full months, like 60 plus days, we've never had an electric bill that was $300 ever. Like, it's just crazy. Anyways, I'm not going to go off on a tangent, because I've literally been fighting this for probably about a month now since we got that bill, and it's just exhausting. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you would do. I have tried to escalate it to other people at our energy company and I'm not really getting anywhere. So like I said, we paid it and it is what it is. So preschool for my daughter, we budgeted $832. We spent $832. That's pretty, just pretty standard for us. She goes 3 days a week and that's what we pay for the month. I feel like that's actually low in comparison to some of the people that I watch on YouTube. So yeah, it's crazy how expensive childcare is. Like I feel like it's really expensive, but I know a lot of people that pay like $1,100, $1,500, even $2,000 a month for daycare or preschool. So I guess I feel lucky that it's only $800, even though it's a lot. So $832 for preschool. Then we had our giving category. So we have a reoccurring donation that we do every single month to St. Jude, and that's in the amount of $100, and that's at 1.3%. Then we have spending. So my husband and I both get personal spending money that we are able to spend on kind of like whatever we want. So we both get $100. So that was a total of $200, 2.7%. And then we had our gas, which if you guys aren't using the Upside app, I highly recommend it because it gives you cash back on gas. We spent $168 this month, and I think we got like $8 back in Upside cash back. So, you know, it's not like a crazy amount, but it helps, right? Like any amount helps. So I'm not going to complain about $7 or $8 a month. So we were actually under budget by $7, and that was at 2.2%. Gas has been pretty stable here lately. It's been, you know, it's still pretty high, but it's been around like $3.50, I think, a gallon. Let me know what gas is by you. That's been like pretty standard for us around here lately. Groceries, we upped our budget in November to $800, and we had initially budgeted $700 for October. We actually spent $829, so that was pretty close to our $800 updated budget, but we definitely went over from our projected or hopeful amount of $700, but it is what it is. It's just costing us $800 to feed our family, and I just can't even believe that. Like, it's crazy. We are a family of basically 4.5. My 9-month-old doesn't really eat very much, so, you know, family of 5, whatever, but yeah, it's costing us about $800 to feed our family, and I don't even feel like we're getting like, you know, extravagant groceries. It's not like we're eating like steak and potatoes every night. But yeah, I don't know. Inflation's crazy, and we're just gonna do what we can, and I'm very grateful and thankful that we have the money that we can just raise our budget, and it's like not a big deal. I know a lot of people are affected by inflation severely, and my heart goes out to you if that's you, and I'm so sorry that this is happening, and it's just really unfortunate that I feel like it's just so expensive to feed your family nowadays. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm not going to complain too much about it because I feel like I'm very privileged in comparison to a lot of people, and I want to recognize that because I feel like it's important to recognize your privilege. And yeah, I'm grateful that we have the money to feed our family and we don't have to worry about it. That wasn't always the case in my life and a lot of other people's lives, that they felt like they were worried about having food on the table. So it's a good place to be in, but it is unfortunate just the state of the world right now and how expensive things are. So we had budgeted $100 for fun and kids. So this is just kind of a random category that we have for anything with our kids that is like extra. I've really enjoyed having this category. I wasn't sure if we would use it, but we've been using it every single month because if you have kids or you know kids, things come up, okay? Like every single month. So we actually spent $83 and we had an extra $17. So some of the things that we had spent out of this category this month was I sent my son with some money to the book fair. We had sent some money for his Halloween party at school. We bought costumes. Costumes I think came out of our miscellaneous budget. Yeah. Costumes came out of our miscellaneous budget, but I think I bought some candy from our fun and kids budget. I'm not super like stringent on like what we spend this money on. I just try to categorize it as best I can. But like, I'm not like rigid about like, oh, this needs to go in this category. Like I'm pretty fluid with it. Whatever makes sense with our budget or whatever makes sense at the time when I'm categorizing it, honestly, is what we end up doing. Then we have our miscellaneous. I believe I put some of our costumes out of our miscellaneous budget. My daughter already had her costume from a previous year. She wore the same costume that she wore last year. And then my son got a new costume and my baby got a new costume. Obviously, because he has never worn a costume before. But I actually got my baby's costume on Facebook Marketplace for $5. So that was awesome because it definitely helped us save a little bit of money. So our miscellaneous, we had spent $142, which was pretty far under budget, which is awesome. It's not super common that we're like pretty far under budget on this category, so I was pretty happy with that this month. And then our last category here is dining out. So yes, we had budgeted $250, and I'm actually pretty happy because we only spent $268, which is over budget, but not by like a ton. It's $18 over budget, so I'll count that as, you know, pretty good. I feel like we did a good job of staying on that, and we've definitely been eating out less now that we live in our new house. And I feel like around the time that we were moving, like both ways, before and after, we definitely spent more on eating out, but I feel like we've been able to kind of reel that back a little bit, so that's been good. Normally now I would go over our sinking funds, but we actually did not fund our sinking funds. So the current sinking funds that we have are car, kids, home, vacation, and Christmas. They are, in my opinion, good enough for the rest of the year. So we're probably not going to fund those until January again. I like to keep a buffer in like our car and home sinking funds, but I feel like they're in a really good spot. So we're not spending any more money, and also our Christmas fund is in a really good spot too. I will definitely be posting a what we got our kids for Christmas video in December, so keep eyes out for that. I loved filming that last year. It was one of my favorite videos that I filmed because I love watching those videos. So stay tuned for that, and you guys will see what we end up spending our Christmas budget on. But we did not send any money to those. So the only other two things I have for our budget for this month are our Roth IRA and our home maintenance fund. So these are our two goals that we are working towards in Debt Free Friday. So we sent $1,180 to our Roth IRA this month, and we sent $700 to our home maintenance sinking fund. So that was a total of 15.8% and 9.4%. So that's a total of 25% to our financial goals for this month. That's definitely on the lower end for us, but that that electric bill really caught me off guard, and I was not planning on having a $600 electric bill. So that definitely ate into what we were able to send to goals this month, which again is unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's okay. We paid it. We'll move on. Not without a fight though, because I'm going to fight it, but like, we're going to move on for now. So 25% to financial goals. Down here, I'm just going to do a quick recap of our budget. So we had a total income of $7,469. We had total expenses of $7,473, and that leaves a difference of -$4. So we do have a buffer in our checking account. So things like this are never really an issue. Again, these numbers are all rounded too, so like we probably weren't actually off $4. It just kind of is a rounding issue. So we were actually pretty good with our budget this month. I was pretty on it in the month of October. I was trying to keep a good eye on the budget and make sure that I was updating things as we were going through the month, because initially we had more money going to financial goals and we had to kind of pull that back because of the overspending on electric and groceries and other things. So yes. Feeling good about October. Let me know in the comments down below, how was October for you? I would love to hear about it, and I will talk to you guys on Friday. Bye guys.